Analysis in under 10 minutes. I'm Mars. I have Apple on the daily chart. First, a note about my method. I rarely check charts before I record these videos. I like it to be more of a flow, 10 minutes flow of technical analysis, so that I encourage you to learn technical analysis. It's not any type of rocket science. There are simple rules that you can learn and master. So Apple, first thing to notice is that obviously we had that insane run up. I still haven't understood why this happened, but very quickly corrected, like mean reversion at play. And now we are fluctuating, and good days we corrected strongly here, but we respected this low, kind of came back, and now a strong Friday. Is this going to last or not? I don't know, but we can keep an eye on it. So if you connect the highs of these candles, you will see that it's popping out of this edge. We need to check volume. I'll put my volume indicator. I had deleted the default volume indicator. And it's hard to see here the bar because I only highlight the spikes, but it's regular volume. So it's being stable. The line here shows that, white line, stable volume. So there wasn't a spike or anything here. Actually, it was because you have the green here, it's a little bit lower. You see where you can see here. On the status line, you see it is 46 million. And yesterday was 47. So it was actually lower volume than the previous day. So you should be suspicious of this going up here. It could have been short covering or something like that. Anyway, despite of that, we can keep an eye on that level, right? What else can you see here? Very clearly a VCP pattern or a volatility contraction pattern, like a lot of volatility here and then less here, and it may be fluctuating like this. It's a roller coaster that is going less and less aggressive, and that's good because look at this. This is exactly a VCP that happened a little bit before. You see that the price was in a range, very tight range here. You see volume contracting and also volatility contraction, this green shaded area. And after that, you had a little bit more volume and price goes up. This is roughly, let me see, I would say 6% or something, 6%. So great, I like that. And if you think about Apple, it was one, if not, no, the only one Mag 7 that didn't announce spending billions of dollars in AI, and that may be the reason why it corrected only 8% as opposed to 20-30 with Amazon and others. Microsoft is looks terrible right now. Okay, what else can we see? I like to put my options levels, support and resistance, also free on TradingView. We use options data to check levels, and I like that. I like that the put wall was support last Friday, and it's sitting at 235, and we have a lot of room here. We have 5% up until we hit the call wall, which coincides here with this high, though. So naturally, this is 250 is going to be a resistance, right? Both short term and longer term, I think. But more short term. Longer term is the call wall 255, and then we're back to all-time highs. So Apple is not looking bad in terms of optioning positioning. Why investors are putting money there as opposed to Nvidia, which is growing earnings a lot faster than Apple. It beats me, but it is what it is. That's what the chart is telling us. So we looked at that, and then we can look at anchored VWAPs, because those are averages of price weighted by volume. Volume is king. If you don't pay attention to volume, you're missing out. Volume indicates when institutions get in. So first thing I'll do is to transfer volume from time to the price scale, and I need to find an anchor, and a good anchor is August 5th because it was like a point of inflection for most of the market. You see here, this is showing a lot of support exactly in this area between the put wall and the last support, which is 230. So the likelihood that Apple is going to break down to much lower levels, I think is the lowest in the Mag 7. And look at this, there's not a lot of volume going up. So it's basically free to move without a lot of resistance. Apple, as far as I see from the chart, seems to be in good shape to come back to all-time highs. It's probably telling us that maybe the SPX is stop correcting, because Apple is a big portion of it. So yes, now let's take a look at anchored VWAP, but in the form of a band. Also an indicator that I put out on TradingView for free last Friday, and I'll put at the anchor here. We'll see support and resistance. You see the support is exactly at the support level, and the resistance is below the candle, which is great. This is like a breakout. As I said, is this breakout going to last? I don't know. But if it breaks down this wedge here, and let me bring the wedge down further, because we'll start the day here, we may continue up or we may go down and we may close below. If we close below, this wedge is invalidated. So then these two levels, the gamma flip and the last support, will be at play, and we hope it holds. If you look at this level here, obviously it's a level of importance. There's a gap here, so gaps are always magnets. Not always, but they tend to attract the price action. I'll turn on gaps so that you can see. So you see the gap there, it was filled, but price may retest this zone here. Look, this zone is very important. It was like, you can go back in time. Wow, right? Look at this. We broke, we tested it, resisted, broke, no, not so fast. No, we spent a lot of time in this zone. That no wonder there's a lot of volume here. And we finally broke, then we came back. Support, fantastic, right? So we tested the zone, support, went up, right? And then we hit our head there on that resistance there, and which may have been the call wall all those days. And then we come down, we may retest this, and there are two chances: we break down or we bounce. This volume profile is showing to me that most likely we're going to bounce if we retest it, but we may not even retest it. We may keep going up here. Apple basically pulling the market higher, giving everyone hopes that that correction was actually a pullback and we can resume our business. Not so confident about that still. I think the price action of the entire market is weird, but I can trade short term as well. So aside from those things, I like to look at the squeeze momentum. This is a special version that I built. Not looking great because momentum is down. This yellow arrow here tells me that momentum really decreased a lot from when it crossed. That was definitely a peak. But if volume comes in, institutions for some reason keep investing in Apple, we may see a resume up of this momentum. So not all bad, right? We could take a look at oscillators, and the oscillators on the daily are basically saying that nothing special actually. It's not oversold. Obviously, it doesn't look oversold in the charts as well. So nothing that I can tell you from the oscillators here. So that's about it. Apple, if you trade it safely. Make sure you put your stop loss sensibly so that you don't take the risk of taking a hit.